Candles are just a simple way to show whether price went up or down over a certain time. I've spent 9 years trading and worked with thousands of students. And the truth is, if you understand the basics first, everything else becomes easier. So if you want to learn how to read a candlestick chart, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what candlesticks are and how they move in the simplest way possible. By the end, you'll be able to look at any chart and instantly understand if price went up or down, if buyers or sellers were stronger, if momentum is slowing or continuing, and the best time frame to use based on your trading strategy. If you've heard or seen anything about trading before, you've probably heard about candlesticks, and you've probably seen these big red and green candles on a chart. Now, we understand when we look at a stock, we can obviously look at the share price of that stock. And so I have the S&P 500 pulled up for this example, and right here we can see the S&P 500 is currently trading at $758.98 per share. Now the market is currently open, and whether we look at the S&P or another stock, we know that every stock is going to be moving during the day. It's going to be going up and it's going to be going down. Now we're able to actually change the time frame behind the candle we're looking at. So right now we're looking at a 1 minute candle. So each 1 minute candle represents 1 minute of price movement on that stock. Now on a 1 minute or any time frame, we understand that if it's a red candle during that 1 minute of time, from the open of that minute to the close of that minute, the price of that stock actually ended up closing lower than where it opened at the beginning of the 1 minute. And we understand that a green candle from the beginning of that 1 minute to the end of that 1 minute actually ended up closing higher compared to the beginning of that 1 minute. So this 1 minute green candle we can see here, it's just this huge block almost in a sense. You can see this little wick on the top. Now these are referred to as wicks. Okay, you can see all these wicks here. So we understand that a red candle represents price going down and a green candle represents price going up during that given time frame we're looking at. Okay, I have to quickly interrupt this video here because I have to keep an eye on this trade that I'm currently in, which I can show you now because we're on YouTube filming this video for you all, teaching you how to actually read candlesticks. And I used candlesticks today, okay, well, with the help of my software, to currently be up 56% on my trade, or $1,365. You can see how we're getting really close to my take profit, and I'm in this trade, but not just myself. You can see here is where I sent out this entry. I bought these ENPH 652667 calls. I sent out my fill price, my trade plan with my stop loss take profit. And so my students are in this trade. They're up on this position. They're making money alongside myself. So we understand that during this 1 minute, price ended up closing higher. During this 1 minute, price ended up closing that 1 minute candle lower. But during that 1 minute, we can see the movement of that stock and what has happened by looking at these wicks, or you might have heard them be referred to as tails. And this is what is referred to as the body. So we will have the body of the candle and we will have the tail or the wick of the candle. So on our right hand side, you could see the share price of SPY. And as we move my cursor up here to the top of this 1 minute wick, we can see that during this 1 minute candle, SPY traded up to $759.32 per share. That was the highest price SPY traded during that 1 minute. And if we go down to the bottom of this candle and we move my cursor down to the bottom of this wick, we can see the lowest price SPY traded at during this 1 minute candle was $759.05. So we understand that this is going to show us the range which price has moved during this 1 minute. Now, every candle is going to look a little bit different. Some are going to have much larger wicks. Some are going to have shorter wicks. Some might not have a wick at all. Now, we want to understand that SPY is obviously being actively traded by maybe you and millions of other people out there. And as the stock is being bought and as it's being sold, depending on whether there are more people buying, pushing price up, or more people selling, pushing price down, we can see fluctuations by looking at the share price as that dollar value will go up or down. But the candle prints this real time, and then you can look back and see this historical picture of exactly what happened during that specified period of time. Now, if we look at any chart, this is going to be the entire day that we're looking at right now. We're looking at a 1 minute time frame, but the dark box is today, and then this gray shaded area here is pre-market, and this gray shaded area here is aftermarket. So we understand the market opens at 9:30 Eastern and it closes at 4 p.m. Eastern. Now, what I like to do is when I look at a candlestick chart, I like to identify the high of day. So you can see here how it says high at 760.40. If we look at our low of day, it looks like off the open here when SPY traded down to 756.75, this was the lowest point at which we traded. This chart lets us visually see exactly what has happened throughout the day. Instead of just looking at the current share price and understanding that the market opened a couple of hours ago and that SPY has gone up and down in value, we can now see the highest price SPY has traded and the lowest price SPY has traded. Now you're going to use that information in the future to go about actually building a trading strategy. Now we're going to be able to notice that there are going to be patterns within these candlesticks. For example, during this period of time from 10:28 up to 10:37, this was 9 consecutive green 1 minute candle closes. That means for 9 minutes straight, SPY every minute kept closing at a higher price until this candle where we obviously saw price closed red during that 1 minute. So we have this momentum moving from that 757.53 per share up to this just about 758.75 per share. Now this was a period of 9 minutes where SPY was being bought and there were actually more people buying than selling. So there was more money going into SPY, therefore pushing the price up, than there was money leaving SPY, therefore letting the price go down, right? So we understand supply and demand. When buyers are in control, and if you've probably heard someone say like, oh, there's more buyers, well, that means that there are more people buying that stock, in this instance SPY, and if buyers are in control, you will see green candles. Now green candles in this 9 minute trend, this is what's referred to as a bullish trend. During this 9 minutes, the market was looking bullish, or bulls were in control. Now when we came up to that 760.40 high of day on SPY, you can see how we started seeing some red candles. Okay, now we didn't have as many consecutive red candles as we just saw when we were looking at that temporary, very short-term bull trend, right? Because we have to understand that these are very short-term trends. But this was a shorter-term bear trend or bearish trend. So that just means that instead of buyers being in control, sellers were in control. Okay, there was more money leaving SPY, therefore the price started to move down. Now it wasn't every 1 minute candle that closed lower, but we could see from that high, if we chart this out here, okay, and then down to this red candle before price started to flatten out, we were in this temporary bearish trend. So sellers were in control. So if we see green candles, a lot of consecutive green candles, that means there's more money coming into the market. That means buyers are in control. Now, if we see consecutive red candles, okay, and we see prices moving down, well, that means sellers are in control, and that is a bear trend. Now, we can change the actual candlestick time frame, and instead of looking at a 1 minute time frame, maybe we look at a 4-hour time frame. Now I've been trading for over 9 years and I trade options, and so I know we're talking about candlestick patterns in this video, but if you want to further pursue trading, if you want to learn a very simple trading system, if you want to follow along and watch me trade live every single morning and have access to see and copy my trades and get in trades like this one on ENPH, which now I'm up 71% on, or $1,700, I will put a link in the description below. Now, if we flip to a 4-hour, every candle now represents 4 hours of time. So this is going to be taking a step back and looking at that bigger term picture, but we're looking at a 4-hour, 180 days. So we can see 180 days back into the past instead of just looking at the last day. And so different time frames are going to affect your perspective of that stock you're looking at. And that high and that low, well, they're also going to be different, right? Because now we could see our high was at 760.40, which was the same as our daily high on a 1 minute candle, but our low is way down here at 628.86 back at the end of March. Now, knowing we have these two trends, bullish and bearish, we can see that since coming off that low at 628.86, we have been in a bullish trend. We understand that because price was moving from the bottom left of our screen to the top right of our screen. Now, the beginning of this year, there wasn't a super clear trend, and there was more chop up until we started to see price sell off. And for about 3 weeks, we were in this bearish trend down into that low. So price moving from the top left to bottom right. That means that overall sellers were in control. There were more people leaving this stock, therefore pushing price down. We could even look at a weekly chart. And now what we can see is a weekly chart where each candle represents 1 week of price movement over the last 3 years. And so if we zoom in here, we can see the last 10 consecutive weeks have all been green. And we can see the high of the week at 658.77, the low of the week at 628.98. And we can see this is obviously a very bullish trend. So the market has been on a, what you might have heard as being referred to as a bull run. So there is an enormous amount of momentum, obviously moving to the upside, as buyers have been in control for the last over 2 months now. So if we flip back to a 1 minute time frame, we want to talk about now, how do we know when momentum is slowing down? Now that's typically going to come with 2 things. If we're in a bull trend, that momentum to the upside will typically come with, well, seeing more red candles, right? And it's not as simple as that, but the more red candles we do see, that obviously lets us know that there is more selling pressure or more sellers stepping into the market, starting to pull price down. And buyers were very strong up until that 760.40 high today, until they were overrun by the sellers, which started then pulling the market down. And since then, you could see we've sold all the way off down to 759.05. A good sign that momentum might be slowing down is when we either start seeing candles that look like this. That just means that price opened and closed at the same exact price, right, during that 1 minute. So during this 1 minute candle, let's say SPY opened at 759.79, and then 60 seconds later, it closed again at 759.79. That shows you that there is this battle between buyers and sellers, and we're trying to then determine at that point who will take control. So if we start seeing these gray candles here, neither green or red, that means that more than likely, whether that is a bull trend or a bear trend, the trend is getting ready to reverse. And so when I look at this chart, if we came off that high and started selling off, there was this very clear rejection. We came back down, and you could see where we started to flatten out. This is what you can think of as a decision point. Sellers come in, the buyers come in, and now we've got a lot of people buying and selling, but we can't choose a direction, right? There's no specific direction that has been chosen. And what happens? Well, we do start to move back up, but just briefly before we fail and come back down below that previous price level where we were flattening out. And that was really the shift of momentum during the day. And since then, we've been making lower highs, and lower highs. So in a bull trend, you should see higher high, consecutive higher high, consecutive higher high, consecutive higher high. You can see that very clearly there. In a bear trend, we should see lower low, lower low, lower low, and lower low. And to put this even more visually, if we go ahead here and if we chart out our high, we came down, pushed back up, we made another lower high, we came down, pushed back up. Look at that. We were not able to come back up to that 760. We failed to break that previous high, and we therefore made a lower high. Sold off again, and since then, look at more chop, and we're seeing lower highs here. So if we're in a bear trend, if we're selling off, if sellers are in control, and we're forming lower highs, and you see that as price pushes back up, well, at this point, we're waiting to see if we can break back above that previous high. And upon seeing that we're not able to break back above that previous high, that lets us know that we are still in this bear trend. Now, if we were to break above and trade over and start trading above, okay, that 760 previous high, that could let us know that momentum has shifted and we might be in store for another move back up to that previous high. Now, the same thing goes for as we started trading to the upside this morning. We formed a high, came back down, we broke the high, formed another high, came back down, bounced off of that previous high, came up here, and it was pretty clean move right up to that 760. There will will be some smaller areas where we will bounce off of. And you can see how each time we have made a higher high. Okay, we've broken out there. Okay, came up, turned around, bounced back off, came up, turned around, bounced back off, came up. This is a very clear sign that as those previous highs are being broken, as we are forming higher highs, that bulls are in control. And there we go, TP. Let's go ahead and send this order through to get out of my contracts. Limit order on the book. Let's see, I'm throwing in a little bit of a higher limit order. We'll see if we can get that filled. If not, we can drop it down here. And filled. 655. Nice take profit. That is $2,170 locked in live in front of you on this video. Now let's go ahead and let the team inside the mentorship group know that I am out of ENPH. Obviously, they have my take profit and stop loss, and they're hopefully closing this trade right now. So you can actually see on my broker here, this is my regulated US broker, Thinkorswim. Obviously, I'm trading options. I bought these 7 contracts earlier today at $3.45 per contract, and I just sold those contracts at $6.55 per contract. Now that was a total return of 89.86%. So let's go ahead and send that out to the mentorship. There we go. And let's see who made money with me on ENPH. Now, lastly, if you're a day trader, which means you're buying and selling within the same day, you should probably be looking to trade looking on a 1 minute, 5 minute, or 15-minute candle. So that is going to be your time frame. Now, if you're a swing trader, which means you're buying today and selling tomorrow, or maybe even 2 or 3 weeks from now, you should look to trade on a 1-hour candle or 4-hour candle. Because as we understand, as we look at different time frames, the amount of data we're looking at and the perspective is going to shift. So a shorter term candle, like a 1 minute, 5, 15 minute, maybe even a 30 minute, it's going to allow you to make those decisions on a daily basis. You're going to be able to see more data in the moment. And we could step back and look at a 4-hour, which is going to slow things down. And this is going to be a time frame that you're going to look to swing. And this is going to be a time frame that you'll make decisions on when you're holding a trade for multiple days or weeks. Now that is going to be everything you need to know from the very beginning and the very basics as far as how to read a candlestick chart. The link is in the description below if you want to join my mentorship group and trade live with me every single morning. I'm so glad I got to show you guys making 90% profit or $2,200 while we were recording this demo for you. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.